Heidi, hi, Mummas! Are you ready for the fiery session of the day? Hi! Hello, Mummas! We've got a really great guest today, haven't we?
We have got Freya Lee!
Whoop, 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 whoop!
We are introducing her to Burnt Out Mummas because are you burnt out?
Oh my God. Hold on. Let me drink my coffee and then I'll answer that. Yes, I am. That's why I couldn't make it last week because I was too burnt out.
Love your energy. That's why we've got her on, haven't we?
We just love her energy. So we know Freya from actually the dance school. Freya is one amazing lady. She juggles life, she juggles motherhood, she juggles work, exercise, and literally looks like Britain's next top model.
Oh, amazing. I'm like,
I've looked in the mirror today, actually. This is the first time, so I'm just going to do my hair.
Oh, you got me into exercise, actually. I remember you kept coming to the door and you were like, you've got to come to the gym, you've got to come. So, yeah, tell us about your story.
First of all, can I say, your boxing gloves are still in my studio. Need to dust them off. There they are every Tuesday and Thursday. Everyone's like, can I have them? I'm like, no, there's Paisley staring at the door. She'll be here today.
She'll be back one day.
I really do miss it. I do. It's just, the timings with nursery and the pod and life. And...
It's insane. I should have bought my kit and then we could have done a little session after this.
Oh, no, I do really love it.
You might need to post them to her at this point.
They're actually
I think so. Give it in the way.
Say that I actually gave her them.
Actually, Isla, you've yet to do a session with me.
I know, I so need to.
She's laughing in there, look, but she's not had a go.
No. Do you know what? I actually love boxing. Like, Paisley, I know, loves it. Because when she comes back from a boxing, she's like all fired up. She's like, I'm ready for life today. And I'm like, wicked. Let's get like 10 podcasts in. But,
I know, it's buzzing though, but what goes up must come down.
Yeah, I know.
I taught a class this morning and it is such high energy that it's like, it takes so much out of me in that like hour and a half. And then when you're like teaching all day and then clients, because it's not a normal class where I'll stand there and be like, right, throw me 10 punches, throw me thing. Like I'll go all or nothing and it goes, as Paisley know, it goes 0 to 100 like really quick.
Yeah.
0 to 1,000
Come
really
out
quick.
with red beetroot.
I love that though, but as a teacher I can completely connect with you on that because after a day of teaching I am completely drained, and a lot of the time, like from like the last podcast that me and Paisley have done, like we talk a lot about energy, so you're giving like all your energy and you're transferring it onto other people, so that's why when we come back as teachers or whatever, we are so zonked, like from giving all our energy.
Teaching kids, I've now actually started teaching kids with the little time left that I have. I thought, hey, let's throw some kids and some boxing glove into the mix just to finish me right off. I had a mum in my kitchen last week, turned up and went, can you train my 5.5-year-old? I was like, yeah. She went, oh, come out, Oscar. Oh, and my 6-year-old. So I had 2 kids, a mum, trying to do one-on-one in my kitchen. The kids are in the cupboard. Can I have a biscuit? Can I have a... I was like...
Oh my God, that's so funny.
The kids are next level. They take, you just need that little bit more for the kids. And it's like, I go into skills in the half-term football club and they've got a kids camp. So I'll go in there and I'll teach them boxing for 2 hours, half an hour slots back to back. And then I'll leave there and go straight and teach Blaze. Well, I feel like when I've come out of the kids club, I've been run over by a bus and then reversed on a couple of times.
Kids is a different...
I don't know how you do it. But especially I've learned, who wants to play a game? No. I'm like, we're going to play a game. Yay!
That energy. Do you know what? Adults actually really like go on the level with you, but with kids,
Yeah.
they're just like
They just stare at you.
they just stare at you,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh
They're
god,
like, my
I'm like
hands
melting
now
here.
from the gloves. My my arm hurt. I'm like, oh my
So
god.
it is literally, it's like another kettle of fish teaching children.
Yeah.
But, oh god. So right, how did you like get into boxing? And also like your fitness journey, like, you know, everybody's journey starts at different times. Like, have you always been into it, and like, how did it kind of start?
Okay, right. Well, I'll try and round this up really quickly without boring everyone.
Show.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like? A brown-haired guy or a blonde-haired guy?
What takes your pick? How do you feel?
Mediterranean.
Every now and then I'm going to go plug. Freya J Fitness. Do you know what? I was a massive party girl. Me and Paisley have had these little chats before, back in the day.
Your era, wasn't it?
Park in London, and it was just all wild.
China Whites.
Yeah, China Whites. I was living my best party in life. It was just insane in that era, in your 20s to 27, 20. And then my dad got cancer. And then literally my life just transformed straight away. I was like, right, I need to focus now. I need to focus. And I met someone who was into their running, and he was like, why don't you sign up for the London Marathon? I can get you in on running for a cancer charity. So that's how it started. I started training. And then someone else I know went, oh, do you know what would be really good for your fitness is try boxing. And back then, there wasn't really a lot of girl boxers. There was Nicola Adams. She was just starting to come through. And there wasn't all these Instagram posts with all these like really amazing girl boxers who now, when they do the TikToks and then they look really hot, and then the next day they're in the gym and an absolute beast, man. There was none of that, was there?
Yeah.
And so I just walked. So this person knew a boxing coach, which back then they were all black cab drivers, like proper East End, like living, or North London, like that area. So they gave me the address of this gym. So just totally not knowing what was going on, I followed this address from King's Cross Station, walked onto the roughest like estate in North London, and I just heard, and I still always remember it, ding ding, ding ding, like the ring, like the noise, like for the rounds, and it just looked like a brick prison. I was like, no way. And I remember walking up these steps on my own, and my heart was racing, and I could just hear that. And I opened the doors, and the whole gym just stopped. There was not one female in there. They all just turned around. And I was like, hi, my name's Frayer. Jerry sent me. So a coach called Dave.
I wouldn't have you down as shy whatsoever.
Oh, but I think, but I was in my 20s then, and you're kind of like, there's no way I would walk into that kind of environment on my own. Like, it was proper spit and sawdust, puke buckets and the side of the ring. It's like what I love now. Like, that's a proper boxing gym to me. It's nice, all these swanky places, but like, so anyway, 1, 2, skip a few. I started doing some training with all the boys there. I was running up to 50, 60 miles a week with my friend who was like a running coach to get me ready for the marathon. And I just was so fit, like so fit. And then I got really good at boxing because my lung capacity, where I could run long distances. So then they started throwing me in the ring, and they would start sparring. And then there was a coach down there, and he was just amazing. And we just formed this really good bond. So I would like go down there before work, before kid. So I would go there, get there at like 6:30 in the morning. Bearing in mind I'm coming from Paisley. So I'd get the train to King's Cross, run up the hill to keep the gym, train about 2.5 hours with him, go to work all day, because then I was a fashion buyer in the West End. And then I'd go back there at 5, and I'd train again with him till like 7:30 with all the boys. And then they were just like, she's got really good. So I like earned my boxing stripes. They used to call me Bomber Bimbo because I had really blonde hair like you girls at the time.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. So then I just got really good, and then they just started putting me through on fights, and then I just was like, just went on a roll, and I carried on. I ran the London Marathon, raised loads of money for cancer research and stuff, and then I thought, right, they wanted me to do another fight, like a really big one. It was at the Troxy in East London. It was amazing. And then I thought, well, what's going to keep me at my fittest? So I'll just keep doing the London marathons. So I'd done another London marathon. So I was always running the London marathon.
Wow.
Just to keep really focused whilst I was fighting. So that is how from my dad getting really poorly, I was like, I need to deal with that. I need to do, and it's just led me down a completely different path. And then I've
No,
just
so
never really
mad.
looked back.
So mad. Me and Paisley were just saying that things will happen to us in our life, and at that time it's really traumatic and everything else.
Yeah.
But it teaches us. It will either that thing that happens will take us down a different path that we don't
Yeah.
know is going to happen until later on in our life.
That was that thing I pulled out earlier, that quote.
Yeah.
What?
What was the quote?
If you don't go in if life's not taking you in a certain direction, change direction or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and if that didn't happen, as traumatic as it is, then
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't be here doing what you're doing today.
I know.
So it's crazy, isn't it? And maybe like something at that time was like, right, you need to pull back on like clubbing, whatever, and have a focus. You know what I mean? It could.
My time of dancing on tables.
Oh, don't!
I'm dancing in the ring instead.
Oh God, I've actually got a funny story of this. When I was with my friend Rachel, we went on holiday, and it was the thing, isn't it? Dancing on tables. Anyway, it was we was in this club, and there was like foam all coming down, and we're dancing on this table, and literally, I'm not joking, this table must have been about 6 foot high. I literally fell off it.
That was standard. You just dust yourself down.
But when I was drunk, I actually thought I died. I just missed my foot and went flat back. Honestly, it was so high I could have cracked my head open, died. But when I was drunk, my body just went limp and it just went like this. Honestly, I had this circle of people around me like, oh my God, you're all right. And my friend was like, I genuinely thought like you died. Like, and I was like, what the hell? I was just like, got up. I was like, no, I'm fine. Let's carry on. And I was like, I had this circle of people around me. She was like, she'd never forget it because she was like, you were there. I turned around and you were just on the floor.
Just gone.
Like, do you know what? The alcohol actually helped that situation? No, because it
Honestly.
literally made my body go limp.
And the amount you used to drink, I mean, this is the total wrong podcast to talk about them clubbing days. So when
No, they love people to hear it.
no, I'm going to keep that on the down low. But do you know what's really weird as well with doing all of that? And that was such a big part of my life with the boxing. And I was like the only girl down there. So I made some amazing friends with the boys down there. And it was, but even life from then has taken me down so many different roads. But I've always come back. It's always led me back again to fitness. Like always. And like now, you know, you're saying about the timing and everything will come along at the right time. And I feel now it's all like everything is happening at the right time for me, like later in age with my fitness, like being able to like teach my own boot camp, teaching David Lloyd's, start going into like other gyms and just teaching other women how amazing it is to box, as well with people with mental health and people who, I've got a couple of clients that have Parkinson's and dementia, and because it's all good for their motor skill. And I was like, I've always wanted to do all of this, but I never could work out how to get there and do it. But it's like with lockdown, obviously I went into like nanny, so then I had to stop doing a bit of fitness because then we couldn't train anyone, could you, or anything in lockdown? And I never thought I'd be able to come out of the nannying and then back into the fitness again, but here we are. Plug.
Here we are, here she is.
Love it. We love it.
I love it.
But it's just,
We just
you're
got
meant to be somewhere, you're going to end up there, like regardless.
Yeah. No, I just love that. And I think like going back on like exercise as well, because like for me dancing is so healing for me as well. Like I think it's, or like for me, if it's not like teaching is so different from doing your own exercise, by the way, because it's like you're doing it for other people. But when I train for myself, I like feel so good. It's so good for my mental health. Like, what would you say to someone that is going through like a bit of depression, mental health, and they really can't get past that phase to like what can you like advise or what it would do for them?
First of all, I'd get their address and I'd go around their house with all my equipment and literally be like, right, we're going to start now with all my bag. If you see my kit, like, it's insane.
Freya, sorry, but you're the next Paisley. Like, seriously, when you're talking about this, like you two, what is it your friend used to call you, the hobo?
Yeah, it was hobo, and it was you, Freya, that said,
I know who that is. How do you not know the littlest hobo? And I'll be coming home or whatever it is.
I feel like I've got two hobos around
Maybe tomorrow. Come on, you know it. You're
Honestly,
finally
I know. That is me. I live out the back of my car. When I open my car, even when Blue gets in it, he's like, "Oh, mummy, the car really smells." I've got like 50 boxing gloves in there, and obviously they're not.
They stink.
They stink, and I'm always spraying them. I do clean my kit. But do you know what? That is. I've met so many people in fitness, and the reason they started was because of mental health. And that was why they channel their energy into it. It just, as we all know, like when you do train or when you dance or just when you move in general, you just give off endorphins and it just gets your brain clear and you just have to do it. You don't need to sign like a fancy gym. Come on down to my boot camp. But you don't need, even just going out for a walk, like just going out for a walk. And obviously I've just bought a puppy. Even the minute that I have, for myself, where I would normally sit down and have a quick cup of tea after I've taught a class or I'm between clients, any chance now, I'm like, right, I've got to go and walk the dog. But just being out with Louis, even though I'm like totally exhausted, I've only got that little bit left, it just clears my head. If I'm out in the countryside, if I'm out in the woods, just on your own and just getting that kind of movement in, I feel it's really therapeutic and it helps me.
Just learnt this, Freya, literally at the weekend. So really good thing of grounding yourself and getting your energy back to you.
Don't say tree hugging.
Literally, tree hug. But you're giving all your energy. You're surrounded by other people's energies and they're coming into your energy all day. And that's why you feel so drained. So they say just walking on the countryside, and Jasmine says this as well, just walking on countryside or on grass will ground yourself and get your energy back to you again.
Yeah. No, it does. Do you know what? I didn't even think about that as well, about other people. You're taking on everyone else's energy a lot of the time. And especially in my classes at DL, they're full, they're crazy. I love them. They're crazy much. There's a lot of energies up there. Yeah. So when I walk out there, I'm like, oh my God.
But you're always so upbeat. I mean, but this is what I was going to ask you. Like, obviously you're a mum. Yeah. You're single mum. How do you juggle all of that working? Because you're an amazing mum for Blue. Like you do everything for him. You pay for everything. So, what? How do you do it?
Well, do you know what? I thought I was doing really well until this morning. I opened up to get his backpack out, and I was quickly checking his planner. Bearing in mind, I've got a puppy, 3 kids in my car, 1 kid on the floor in my car. Where I was like, the mum was ill. I was like, don't worry, I'll take him to school. Stuffing him down in the car. Quick, we'll just get down there. And then I was like, oh my God, I haven't done the homework. There's spelling test today. There's colouring in he was supposed to do last night. And there's Roman numerals he's supposed to do. And I thought, oh my goodness, you know what? Well, I'm getting so much busier. I feel like I've dropped the homework pattern. I'm not juggling it that well because I was like, oh my God, it's parents' evening next week and they're going to be like, wow, the homework's not been that great.
Do you know what? All that homework, right? Sonny gets it and there's WhatsApp groups and everyone's like, oh, I'm reading with my child.
That's what was popping off last night.
And I'm like, do you know what?
Spellings? I was like, no, but I've done the maths book and the thing that they bring home. Oh no, it's still online as well, the spellings. I was like,
online, apps, everything. And I'm like,
do you know what?
Is it going to affect them when they're older? No, I don't think it
not. And do you know what? We're working hard to put food on our children's table. That is way more important than learning spellings, isn't it?
I know. But do you know what? The way you are?
They do enough in school.
I know, totally. I really struggle with that all the time. Like, am I doing enough at home? And where now my career in fitness is going from strength to strength. Like, I'm getting more clients a week. I'm picking up more classes at the gym a week. I'm going now into like private studios. I just manage my time really, really well, like really well. And yeah, I'm really good in routine. Like I'm really organised. I'm so organised. I can't. That's the only way my week works. So, but the only place I drop the baton is with the homework. I was like, oh, I just have to let that slide. And then I thought, you know what? Right, next week, that's it. Sunday, blocking out Sunday afternoon now. After football, we get back.
Sunday's a good time.
We need to just stay at home on a Sunday because where I do have a lot of energy and I'm just, yes, yeah, let's do this, yeah, let's do that. Friends are like, do you want to come over here? Do you want to come up the clubhouse? Yeah, 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 yeah. And now I'm like, right, I actually need to, though, think what's good for me and Blue a little bit. And as much as he's a bit of a social butterfly, we do need them days at home sometimes.
Yeah.
I think Sunday's got to be our new afternoon of just...
Yeah, we was just saying this.
Yeah.
Sunday is a really good day for like calming, like, recharge, and we were just literally just saying it earlier, wasn't it? But it's a really good day, I think. So if there's any days that you can give, Sunday's the best like day, really, isn't it?
And they've got all their after school clubs in the week as well. Like Sunny started to do more, but do you know what? I'm not just going to lie, but sometimes I don't do the homework and he gets 10 out of 10 with his spellings or whatever, and I'm just like...
It's got your totally winged it. I know.
The ones sometimes I've seen before, it's the same with dancing. Sometimes when children are pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, they go the opposite way, or they just kill their love of learning. And I think they've got 8 hours in school. As long as you're doing the homework now and again, I think if they miss it one day, it's not the end of the world.
Around the roundabout. I was going, spell orchestra, spell chemical.
Wait for you.
We'll be there in a minute. We got 3 more to go. I'll go around the roundabout.
Go on, spell SEE. I can't even do phonics. I don't even know how you do it.
The worst is when I get the phone call and they're like, "Can you do the alphabet thing?" And
times tables or alphabet?
No, you know when they say on the phone, "Oh, can you do it in alpha form?" So it'd be like A for apple, B for Bravo.
No, I can't. I make it up.
So do I, but when it gets to W, do you want to say Willie?
No!
I always want to say Willie, and I'm like, what is W? What is W?
Have you got Willie on the mind? Talking of Willies, right?
Oh, no, don't.
You know what, one thing, and I need to manage myself with this question. So friends will ring me up, or like my friends I've stayed in contact with back home, they're like, what's going on in your crazy life? And you're the busiest person I know. I'm like, that. And they'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, this. And then they wait. And then they go, so, how's it going on the man front? I'm like, did you just hear what I told? And it really gets my goat. But now I find it funny. Sorry, you mentioning Willies is just reminding me. And I'm like... You know what? I've had to put that to bed.
I'll tell you what, just put it into bed, put it in your bedside cupboard, and then you'll be fine.
What are your bedside?
Everyone asks that. How's it going on the dating scene? It's not. I've got a tight schedule. There's no room for Willie in that schedule. I'm telling you now, as much as I would like there to be.
Is that the law of attraction? Because you're not making space for it. It's
I know.
But
how many space? Do you know what it is? It's like go on a date, get a client, and make some money. That's
make money all day.
PT client, a PT client.
You never know. One of them PT clients could you be your husband one day? You never know.
Well, since I train women.
Well, you could go either way, Freya. Who knows?
You know what? But I feel like that's maybe the next thing. But everyone asks me all the time, how's your dating life going? And any spare time that I've got, I want to spend it with Blue.
Yeah,
our life is so... We have a great life, but I've always wanted that busy household. And where he's an only child, that's why I still do the nannying on the side. And we've been with the same family for 5 years. And it's just gives him that craziness of siblings and stuff, because they're now 3 and 5. And I'm like, we're not really on our own a lot.
Yeah, that's nice. I love it. Yeah.
I even gave up my Anthony Joshua boxing tickets last week, and I was like, no, I said I can't go. I just want to spend time with Blue. So we went up into the West End.
We would have gone.
Yeah, we would have gone.
What, for 8 minutes? You got
You
gone all that way for 8 minutes. Great.
I know, it was only 8 minutes.
I actually watched it. It's the first match I stayed up for, because normally they do like start at 9, and then by the time it's got to 10 or 11, I'm asleep on the sofa. I just cannot stay awake. So I did watch it. Like I kept opening my eyes, and he's like, "Are you asleep?" I was like, "No, I'm awake."
You know, have you ever done that when someone says, "Are you awake?" and you're like, "Yeah, I'm awake."
I do it all the time, and I have to stay up later now because of the dog. Because the later he goes to bed, the less chance he's going to wake up for a wee. So I'm ready to go to bed at like 9:30. But now I'm like that. I've got to wait until 11.
No. What does he wee in the night then? Do you have to let him out in the night?
No, he was really good. He's really good, and then but now because he wants to get out of the crate and on my bed now, he just makes it up. He starts whimpering at like 3 because he knows I'll let him out of the crate and then on my bed. So I've made it work for my own back now. I was really good with all of that, and now they're so clever because he's like,
they're like babies. We couldn't believe it when you came round and your little dog was at the door waiting for you. It was honestly like watching, like, you know, I always remember, this is what I connected it with. Paisley, I looked after Sonny, like when he was really young, and then all day, Paisley did the worst thing. She said, bye, darling, gave him a kiss, and that was it. He was like, where are you going, mummy? Because you kind of had to run out the door, but Paisley was like, and then anyway, he was at the door, waiting at the door for ages. And anyway,
hours, I think.
Oh my gosh, he was waiting there, and he kept cuddling me, then running back to the door, and I felt like I was so heartbroken. I was like, oh my god, your doggy was doing that to you just from going to the car.
I couldn't even have a wee. I know. So now I'm like up really late. So yeah, like last night I checked, because do you know what? I've never ever had a fitness watch for a trainer. I'm so old school.
I
don't have one.
Do you not?
I don't. I need one.
Well, do you know what? You know, people are like, I want to see how many steps I've done. Now, I don't want to see how many steps I've done because it scares me. Because my client said to me a couple of weeks ago, how many steps do you do in a day? And I was like, I don't know, because we were in my garden.
You've got to tell us how many you do.
Right, well, we were like shadow boxing, and I don't stop. I'm like, right, come on. And then obviously I've done all the school runs and all that. She was like, what is your... I went, I don't know, I haven't got a watch. She went, please get me a watch just for the bands, because I want to know. So anyway, she came round last night and I showed her, and I was on nearly 25,000 steps.
Oh my God.
She was like, what's your average? I went, between 15 and 18. She was like, a day? I went, yeah. I went, but it's 25 today. She was like, you know, that's not normal, right?
Oh my god. Once I was like 5,000. So I'm fat and you're slim.
No, but yeah, there's some staff down at David Lloyd, and they're like, if they haven't reached their step count at night, they start jogging in front of like watching the telly. I'm scared to take another step in case it blows up.
I'm better relaxed now. I'm at 25,000.
Do you know your nutrition? What's your nutrition like for training?
Loads of people ask me this. I want to say, oh yeah, I meal prep.
Gotta be honest.
I eat clean. Last week I was surviving on Nutella on toast, so I'm not going to lie.
Oh, you're one of them!
I'm not going to sit here and go, I eat chicken and broccoli. I've always had this weird thing. I just work off of my energy, I think. So I can go for hours and hours and hours on just like a salad wrap or something like that. Maybe I'll have a little protein shake. Maybe I'll put one of them in every now and then. But I generally, when people say, oh, what should I be eating? What should I not? Just eat clean.
Yeah.
Just eat clean.
Yeah.
Just eat clean.
Yeah.
Just don't put crap in your mouth. It's not hard. It's just like,
you burn out at all?
Do I?
Yeah.
Burn out?
Like, do you get... Yeah, because you've got such high energy.
No, I don't. It's really weird. I can just pop a couple of like fruit and nuts and then I'm off again. It's really... But I've been like it from...
Pop a couple of fruit and nuts.
Couple of peanuts, bang away. Oh, my mum, if I had £1 for every time my mum tells this story, I wouldn't have to work. She's like, oh, she's always been like this, you know, like from age 3. My mum used to run the local play group, and she was like, by 10 o'clock in the morning, we'd done sticking, we'd been to the park, we'd fed the ducks, we'd come back, we're making play dough, and it wasn't even 10 o'clock. Like, she'd been up with me since 4. So then back then, do you remember no one went to school till 5? There was none of this preschool. So you don't remember, it was playgroup, and then you went to school at 5. Yeah. There was none of these nurseries. I sound really old now, but they're just really wasn't era. It was like your Auntie Carol's running the local playgroup, and you just all get stuck in there until you were 5.
Well, stay at home now while your mum's on TV.
Yeah. And my mum's like, I just can't cope with her. We need to find a primary school that takes kids from 3 years old. So they found one. It was private called St Philomena's. I think there's one up here in Wallington, but this was down in Frinton, where I'm actually from. So, and it was run by nuns. So it was a convent. And my mum went in there, and apparently I was sitting in the office swinging my legs, and she was all in a nun's outfit, and she was like, Sister Raymond, her name was, like, so Freya, are you really happy to start here? I went, not really. I don't really want to be taught by a bunch of ants.
Oh my God.
My mum was literally like, "Oh, Mrs. Lee, Mrs. Lee, oh, she's gone. See ya, pick her up in a week." Like, God. So I had to go to school at full time because the convents then offered that education because I was just, I was just.
But this is your
Wow,
superpower.
I would have never ever guessed that.
Never.
Literally.
Oh, I love
Next time I see you, you're going to be in a nun outfit.
No, I'd be like, listen, no more willies for me. I'm a nun.
No more willies.
Are you from Essex then? Are you a little Essex bird? Woo!
I'm from Frinton-on-Sea, you know. It's very posh down
Don't
there.
know that area. We're sorry.
Yeah, you know Colchester, right?
Where?
You know Colchester.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the map.
that part, right at the end, like on the coast.
Oh, sorry. What's down there then? Or is it up there?
Down there, it's just beautiful. It's really nice. It's really my childhood down there, like living on the beach, like wake up in the morning in the holidays, we had a beach hut, all the kids used to just meet at the park, all go down the beach. Like, I love it. When I go back down to my mum's and see all my friends, when I'm around water or the beach, that's when I'm at my happiest.
Yeah.
Like, if I can just put my headphones in, go for a run, it's just amazing. I love it.
My dream. You know, running or walking in the winter along a
Love
beach.
that.
You have to take us. We'll go.
Oh my God, and the beach there is so lovely. And they bring all the horses down there at night and the horses all down the beach. And it's so beautiful because it's really clean. It's like white sand. It's like being away. It's really untouched.
Everyone's going to go there now.
Everyone's going
I
to.
know. Yeah, there's no like rock shops or anything like that. It's a bit like sandbanks, but on a smaller scale. And it's just, they never had a pub down there. They had to keep up with the changes now. But on Connor Avenue, the main like little strip of shops, if we were seen down there eating without our boaters on or our blazers, like, oh my God, we'd get in so much trouble with the school and stuff.
Oh my God,
See a little poshy.
I kind of like all of that. Like, I kind of like that little bit of old school and just with the nuns, it was such a different upbringing, and it was just amazing. I'm not even Catholic. So my nan is really good friends with the nuns because my nan's Irish and she got us an in. I'll get her in there. Don't you worry. So my nan was from Tipperary, so she got me in there. So she's like, don't upset them nuns because I go to Tipperary and get the holy water with them.
It's a long way to Tipperary. Is that
Bring me back a bottle of holy water, and if I was really naughty, Mum, I'd go in the bedroom and pour it over myself and go, make me good again. I swear.
Oh, I love that. That's so funny.
I bet you've got some stories, Freya.
Oh, we can't wait to hear loads of stories. Let's get it back on and like loads of stories. But did so how old were you when you got into boxing? Did you say 20s, 26?
Oh my goodness, no, it's really late because obviously most kids go in when they're young. So I was 29, I want to say.
What were you doing with fashion?
Oh God, I used to do everything. I started off doing all the window visuals for like Debenhams and stuff like that. I've done like everything in fashion, from visuals to then I was the manager in 214 on Oxford Street, another big top shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to run the Miss Selfridge bit in there. So, and then I used to go around all the areas, all up to Leeds to Manchester, do all big like rollouts with Miss Selfridge and stuff like that. So I was in fashion for years. And then I become a fashion buyer because my boss came over from Australia and they do all the buying trips in Topshop and they take all the sneaky pictures. And she basically just headhunted me and went, I want you to come and work for me and my stores in Australia. So then I become a fashion buyer for like 15 years and I just got paid to fly around the world, New York, LA, Paris. Yeah, I had the most, we were just like cruising in LA in our convertible.
I feel like you've got a similar thing to me. Like, I went all around the world with work.
Yeah, and it was incredible. Made the best friends.
Fashion,
yeah.
Cross
and it
paths,
was, I know, and it was so good. But then I'd go on all these work trips and I was training to fight at the time. So they were quite boozy. Like we'd go to, my boss was amazing. Like our budget was incredible. So we'd stay in all the best hotels in Paris and in New York. And I'd be like up at 5 a.m, like in the gym training. And they're like, you gonna have a drink with us at dinner? I was like, no, I'm competing. So I was doing all of that and competing at the same time. So
that's really like regimental because we want to do a thing on that and about the peer pressures of drinking.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I went through.
I think I'm the worst at this.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Even now, had a conversation, like even today, I was like, let's go out for a drink. And I was like, you know, I don't drink though, right? Like, it won't be a late one. Like, I'll stay out and have fun, but you don't need to book the next day off work for me. Like, I'll be going home. I've got to wee the dog at 11. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But do you not drink at all?
Now I do. Every now and then, I don't mind a beer. I like a Peroni. But I've gone for years of not drinking.
Yeah.
And especially when I was competing, that's when from being dancing on the tables in China White to a week later not drinking like at all. And then my friends, they were really good about it actually. I didn't feel any pressure. I would still go out. I wouldn't have as late as night. But it took a good 6 months to feel like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Or feeling a little bit left out. But what I will say about not drinking is I'm definitely not as fun. because you don't end up in certain situations when you're sober. You know, like, oh my God, last night it was so funny. We ended up doing here. Like, I haven't got that energy to bar hop. Like, after a certain time, it's a bit like, he's going to stop at some point. But if you're having a drink, and I wouldn't be that one in the karaoke bar, like, wait, I don't really like, I actually get a bit embarrassed about things like that. I find it really hard. But if I have a drink, I'll be up on that table, like, sing. So alcohol does it's a different kind of fun that you have when you don't drink.
Yeah.
Totally.
You're more in tune with you, really. And also, one thing about, like, when you go on a mad drink, the next day is just done for me. And Freya, you don't have time to give up that day, do you?
That is the main thing as well. I can't be hungover. I just can't, because I've got no one. My family, they all live up north. All my brothers and sisters are in, like, Manchester. They all went up to uni up then. And so it's not as if I can ring my sister and be like, oh, can you come round and can you help me with this? And I can't, like, loll in bed eating pizza the next day because
I've done that for like 20 years.
Oh God, I used to love that. You know, when you're like 14, 15, we would like bunk off school and get a pizza.
Yeah.
Like me and Rachel, we ordered a Papa John's and like, this is actually really funny. We ordered a Papa John's, so we was ready to go to school, and I used to get dropped off to hers before we go to school. And this one day we were like, oh, should we just order a Papa John's and bunk off school? So anyway,
you were so wild ordering pizza. Most of the time, should we have a drink? Let's go wild.
You're in China White.
Oh, you're in China White. So we were like, let's get Papa John's. Just eat. Anyway, my mum called and she was like, where are you? And I was like, oh, we were like, I'm in class, Mum, and we're really in her like bedroom. I was like, I'm in class, and she was like, you're lying to me, honestly. She was like, get to school now, and I was like, oh God, we were just like,
that's why you had nicked my Morgan dress and my lipsticks, and she used to nick all my clothes.
You remember Morgan? What was the other one?
And now you nick all of mine.
Kukai,
yes. Bay Trading. Did you have Bay Trading?
Bay Trading.
Yeah.
And Tammy Girl, I had.
Do you remember there was that shopping quick gift centre, and there was two twins, and they were so fit. I can't remember their names.
Who?
In Croydon.
What are you talking about?
You're proper Croydon girls, though, aren't you?
Well, I hate saying it, but we're kind of from this area. Yeah, we're like Surrey, really.
Yeah.
I love it.
Let's call it Surrey.
Yeah. Grew up in Streatham, so that was even worse, I think, probably.
Do you know what though? Pizza is my go-to. Like I can eat about 10 pizzas, one after the other. I swear to God. I'm going to be wild like you in a minute, and I'm going to sneakily order a Papa John's.
Papa John's and chicken and barbecue.
Oh, don't you make me hungry now? I'm on protein.
Oh, don't know. I've actually not had a pizza in so long. But anyway, what I was going to ask was, did you ever go through any like mental health and the fitness helped you in any way?
Yeah, hold on, one foot. I can hear Louis chewing something in your front room. Hold on. I'll be back. Louis. My Little Pony. Don't worry, it's not been destroyed.
Oh, he's a little pony. Oh, don't worry. It's fine. If it's chewed up, it's fine.
Did I ever how did I cope with mine?
Yeah. I think what we were saying earlier on one of our other podcasts is like the strategies that helped us like deal with mental health, like because we all like hit a point in our life where we do get really, really low. Was it the point when your dad was ill that you was really at a low point?
No, do you know what? Because I went straight because I do things really quickly, like I don't muck about, I don't think about something, I just went bang straight into it. Literally put my high heels away and put my boxing boots on, and that was it. I didn't give myself time to process it.
That's brilliant though.
That is good. And it's like that 5-second rule. In that 5 seconds, make that decision.
Yeah.
You're like that
Yeah,
though.
I'm like
Like,
that, I'm like
we were
that.
talking about the podcast for ages. I was like, we've got to do it. We've got to do it. We couldn't work out how to do it. And then when I was on holiday and you obviously had time at home, you were like sending me all these emails like, I've done this, I've done that. And I was like, whoa, I'm just on holiday. Like, what the hell? And then it's all done by the time I come back. And I was like, you're the type of people like Isla. That's the thing. The fear puts people off from doing it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. You just done it and you've got it started. Like,
you have to, don't you, Isla? You just have to just go.
You just have to do it.
Your boxing in the last year, I've seen you grow. Like, you've now got your own business going. It's so successful, and it's happened quickly for you.
Yeah.
In the sense of it's just rolling, you know.
I know, and it's all just went in the right.
No one else will do it for you, will they?
I know. And it was like I had a goal, and I was like, right, in this year, I'm going to pass all my fitness exams. I'm just going to do it all in a year. I'm going to get a job at David Lloyd. I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to launch my boot camp. I'm just going to do it all. And then it's ticking it off. But like I said, it's just all about timing it at the right time.
Yeah. I love
So what's your next goals?
To build a studio in my garden and have my PTs come to there, like my clients to there, and just build where I don't have to rely on hiring space out everywhere else. And I want to be more in control of that. And then, it'd be great if I could get a studio big enough to fit my actual boot camp classes in. That would just be amazing.
I will.
Yeah.
No, I will.
You
Just
will.
stop all this tear-assing around everywhere. Because I'm just always flying around a roundabout like Lewis Hamilton. You'll find me on a roundabout in Paisley somewhere between 8:30 in the morning and 3:30. Yeah. I have to do 3 different school drop-offs in 3 different directions.
Oh my God, Freya, even I saw you the other day, we're like, hello, hi,
Yeah.
hi.
Yeah. Because I pick up a little boy, Freddie, from Gresham. Yeah. And then by the time she'd turn around, I'd gone.
Yeah, I know. I was like, hello, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
So it's like, Freya, will you come for a coffee with us after school drop-off? You'll be like, no, I'm teaching.
Absolutely not. I've got 4 minutes to get to the next school. See ya. Even when I dropped little Sienna off at nursery, they're like, has she had any breakfast? Vroom, I've gone. I was like, I've got another one to drop off. Sorry. Have a nice day.
Pit stop.
It is Penelope Pigstop. That's what it is.
Oh my God, I
Runner.
love that. What was it from? The cartoon of that?
Was it Thunderbirds?
Penelope
No.
Pigstop. No, it was
It was. No?
It was all the little racing cars, wasn't it? They all had.
yes.
Oh my! We got to Google that tonight. That's going to be.
And Roadrunner. Meep, meep.
Yeah, that's. Oh my God! But just to have that space in my house where I could just get up in the morning, put all my gym gear on, just do one school drop off.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know how you feel. Honestly, I did 3 hours of driving last year to get Sonny to his school and back, and I was so exhausted. And even now, I've quit the gym because I want him to do swimming where I can walk to swimming. I want everything nearby because actually it does take a big chunk out of you. And when you're driving all the time, it does exhaust you a little bit, I think.
London's horrendous because the people are so much road rage and and you can't get anywhere quick. Even coming here today, I was like, the Wallingham traffic lights. I was thinking, oh,
But you're in
great,
the
I've got a
country
big
now.
road here again. What?
You're in Tutsfield in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Tutsfield.
Midsummer Murders.
What was it you said, Midsummer Murders?
Yeah, I've just been dropped into a film set of Midsummer Murder.
Did you know the post? I don't know if you saw it. The post office was actually filmed here. It was on. There's
Was
a scandal. It was filmed here. At
They
the
used the
shop.
post office as the filming location for it. You know, is it Mr. Briggs?
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it for years.
That
No,
whole
it's famous, that
scandal.
documentary. You know,
You know
everybody.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it was all filmed here, literally last year. Yeah. Anyway, literally, you've just arrived in a film set.
Yeah.
Back in time.
Secret location.
I know. Listen, we need the boxing to come here next.
I know.
I mean,
Have you got a little
you might
church
have to
hall?
just if you left long and then just leave
I
the
know.
rest of it at another destination.
Is there a little church hall around here going?
There actually is.
There is.
Yeah,
there?
we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. I mean,
Yeah, like I've got another free little bit of time.
maybe we'll just get that extra 10 minutes that you've got on a Wednesday.
This is the most I've ever spoken to you, because even when we're in the gym, you're like, oh, someone comes to talk to you, you're like, oh, I'm off now, see you bye, or I'm rushing on.
And even at the dance school, isn't it? I'm either off or you're off. And
I'm trying to see to the
like
door,
that,
you come in, I'm selling uniform, and then people asking me questions. I'm
I
like,
know.
hey, girl, hold that thought.
Do you know what? I love that little Saturday morning when I see Paisley at the door. I'm like, quick, I'll go in and I'll have a little chat. And we're like,
I'm like, come into the door, the secret door.
I know. Well, now Kat's not on the door, I'm allowed in.
The
It's
bodyguard.
like, no one's coming in.
No one.
No one's allowed, but you know. Oh, listen, thank you so much for your time.
That's
You
okay.
guys can find Freya. Can you just show us your logo?
Hold on, can I show you the back?
Yep.
Back. So
Freya
she's your
Jane
boxing
Fitness.
coach, Freya J Fitness. So you can follow on Instagram
We'll put all the
at Freya J
details.
Fitness. We put it on the links underneath. Freya is such an inspiration, and you guys have got to love her energy, because we love it. We feel energetic now, and I feel
so like I can box.
I feel like I can go boxing now. I'm coming to your class tonight.
I've got my kit in the car. So listen, when we do cut, I'm going to go and get my kit out.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Should we just do some free punches? Let's go.
Yeah, Paisley can show you. Hello.
Do it. Uppercut. What's that one again? Hook.
Jab, cross, hook. Uppercut.
Jab, cross. That's it.
Hook.
Hook.
What the?
Uppercut. Roll. Slip.
Oh, love it.
Slip, not going. Back
Think
in.
of me. Slip, glass of wine.
Right, get all your anger out. It's the best form of exercise, honestly, especially when you're frustrated with men or life or
Do you know
whatever.
what? It is that. You know what? It's like when you're angry or
angry,
stuff,
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, it really clears
get
your
it
head.
all out. It's amazing.
Yeah, my
I do
clients
love it.
message me and they're like, I really need to hit you or something. Can I get a one-to-one? I'm
Marriage
like, yeah.
therapy, I think.
I'm like, I put my bodysuit on and they're just like, right. I wake up on Sundays and I think, have I got the flu? Oh no, I just really ate because people have been hitting me in the majority of the week.
No, really?
Yeah. I need to invest in a punch bag, so they literally take a bit out of the bag and then a little bit out of me.
Oh my God, Freya! Literally, we're gonna have to armour you up. You're gonna have all bruises on you.
I know. Oh, it's so nice talking to you, girlies. I love having a little goss.
Oh,
It's
I love
like
it.
totally
Thank
broken
you
my
so
day up.
much. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
your time as well. We really
That's
appreciate
okay.
it.
Most
we
we got
love
was
you.
an hour.
I know, we're nearly at an hour podcast.
Right,
today.
yeah.
Lovely.
Better get back to
Yeah.
work.
You better
I
get
know,
back to
go on,
work.
people have got to hit me now. I've got to get going.
All right, we love you. Thanks, Freya.
Love you. See you soon.
Take
I don't
care.
know how to turn this off, so I'm just going to keep waving till it's really
Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys, to Burnt Out Mummas. We will see you next week for another amazing episode. If you love what we did today, please comment and listen to our podcasts and give us some amazing energy.
We're like
We
a
love
hug.
you.
We're going to tree hug.
Oh, we love it.
Bye.
Take care, boys, guys, women,
No, women.
whoever. Bye.
Bye.